Hey guys, welcome back to another pregnancy update. Say hi to my doggy here. And as you can see, I still have my Christmas tree up. I think, well, when I'm filming this, it's not yet Christmas, but I think when you guys are gonna be seeing this, it'll be the day after Christmas. So I hope you guys had a wonderful Merry Christmas. And I hope you got everything you wanted and spent a lot of good times with your friends and family. It's just been, certainly been more of an exciting time of the year this particular year because we have these babies to be thankful for, the best gifts we could ever ask for. So I just feel that I'm more happy and joyful right now than I have been in years past, but I hope you guys had a good Merry Christmas. Avery also wanted to get in here and say hi. Can you say hi, friends?
Hi, friends.
You excited for Christmas? What do you want Santa to bring you?
A dollhouse, a Papa Pie face, and also a makeup table.
You want a dollhouse, and it's the pie face game, if you guys know what it is, and a makeup table. Let's see if you're a good girl and you get it, okay?
Yeah, I hope you have all Merry Christmas.
Thanks, babe. Okay, so let's get on to the pregnancy update. I'm gonna be talking to you guys about week 17 and 18. I just turned 19 weeks, so I'll be sharing everything that I kind of felt, some symptoms, and some results that I got that I've been wanting to share with you. The major thing that happened was I felt a lot of movement on the outside. So I think in my 2 weeks ago when I posted the pregnancy update, I said I had been feeling movement, but like something happened in week 17, like it got real, like serious. Like I felt movement every single day, a ton, and it was mainly on the right side right here, which when I went to my last ultrasound, baby A was on that side. So I believe baby A was just going to town, and she is the one who has the posterior placenta, so there's nothing guarding the baby and me, so I feel her all the time. Baby B has an anterior placenta, so there's the placenta is between the baby and me, so I don't feel anything. I'm pretty sure I'm just feeling baby A, but that totally would make sense because with Avery I was not feeling movement at this point and she had an anterior placenta. But anyways, I've been feeling so much movement on the outside. It's been crazy. It even got to a point where Mike could feel it because well, I'm assuming her legs were so low, like so low that he was able to feel it because it was like so low, there was nothing else there. So he even felt it, like he hasn't been able to feel it or feel her higher up on my stomach or anything, but tons of movement. I've been feeling super full after eating. I noticed that I can't eat as much as I used to at one meal or anything. And it's just been smaller type meals. Like I'll eat a meal like what I would eat before I got pregnant, and it wouldn't be like necessarily a big meal or anything, but I would, when I'm done eating, I'm like, oh, I'm so full, like I can barely stand it. So been getting super full after eating. I've also been getting really stuffy at night. So I'll go to bed, and then when I wake up to pee, because I wake up to pee like 2 to 3 times, I'm very congested and stuffy. And then when I wake up, I'm stuffy and congested, but then it goes away almost immediately. So it's just at night. I've also been out of breath a lot, which that's going to happen. And I can imagine that it's only gonna continue to happen as these babies get bigger and my lungs are getting compressed, but definitely out of breath. But I'm still running and working out about 3 times a week, and I have no problems doing that. So it's just kind of funny because just doing some normal things like going up the stairs or talking, I find myself out of breath, but then I can still work out. So I don't know, but just out of breath doing like normal random things, I guess, during the day. And then my constipation has continued, which has been lovely. So that really has not changed at all. And then something new that happened in week 17 was I developed some dry spots on my body. So I had one on my face, I've had a lot on my hands, and I talked about this on my Instagram. If you guys already aren't following me, it's Jamie A. Journey. So I'd already asked a lot of you guys about suggestions, and it's just so weird for me because I normally have very oily skin, and so this is kind of a change for me. Like I had a patch of dry skin on my face. It's very cold here where I live in Ohio. It's very dry. So I mean, that's normal for this time of the year, but I still don't get dry skin even during this time of the year. But dry patches that I've been experimenting with some things you guys have suggested, and some things are working, so that's good. And the spot on my face went away that I was like, I did not want it on my face. I mean, if it's on my hands, I guess it's one thing. Definitely didn't want it on my face, but yeah, my skin has been super dry, especially around my eyes as well. So I've been experimenting with a few different products that you guys have recommended, which I'm so thankful for. So thank you for recommending a lot of good products. And I know that some of them are working. So let's hope that those dry spots can stay away. So moving on to week 18, I think one of the biggest things that changed was my appetite decreased. And that kind of, I guess, would go along with the symptom that I talked about in week 17 about having to eat smaller meals. So I noticed that I'm not as hungry as I used to be, and I would have thought that my appetite would be increasing, but it's definitely decreasing, which is fine, but I feel like I'm kind of eating to eat, and that may sound bad. I'm definitely eating my breakfast and lunch and dinner, but they're not big meals because I can't eat big meals right now. So they're just normal, smaller portions, but then I'm not even hungry in between meals, which, you know, a couple weeks ago, I would want a piece of fruit or some type of Greek yogurt or a fiber bar or something to hold me over between like lunch and dinner, but I don't even want that. So it's just so crazy that my appetite has been decreasing, and that's continued. So I don't know if that will continue, but I am still trying to eat as much as I can because I know it's important because I'm feeding 2 babies. And then in week 18, it kind of made me laugh. I am noticing it is starting to get harder to bend over and put lotion on and put my socks on, and it just makes me laugh because I have halfway to go and it's already difficult. So, you know, I can't just bend over anymore and put the lotion on my feet or put my socks on. And Avery noticed the other morning I was getting ready for work and I was putting on my socks on, and I was like, I had a hard time bending over, and I said, Avery, you're gonna have to help mommy soon because I can't bend over because of the babies. And then she told my mom that like a few days later. So it's just getting harder, and I know this belly's just gonna get bigger, so it makes me like laugh thinking about what life's gonna be like in just a few more weeks. Okay, so let's talk about the important things. Number one, I want to talk to you guys about the test results, the scary test results. So if you guys watched my last pregnancy update, I had explained how I was having the alpha fetal protein test done, which tests for your blood for see if the baby has spina bifida. And I had explained in that video, I'll link it down below, but I had explained that I was very nervous because when I got tested with my daughter, it came back that we had a 1 in 60 chance of having spina bifida. I won't get into because I've already explained that, why it ended up being totally fine and results were thrown off. But regardless, there was a month period where we thought that, I mean, we didn't know for sure ultimately. So I had it done this time, and it was crazy because I had the test done and they told me it would take about a week to come back. So I got it done on a Tuesday morning, and I was like, all right, I can hold out and I'll wait a full week and I'll call on Wednesday. So I'll give them a full week. So I waited a full week, and on Wednesday, I was like nervous because they had actually told me that they would call me. They said, usually if the results are negative, we do not call, but since they knew that I was anxious, they're like, you're welcome to call if you want, or, you know, we're gonna try to call you, but if you don't hear from us, feel free to call the nurse line. I said, thank you. So I appreciated that. So on Wednesday afternoon, so I gave them a whole week plus a whole half day, I finally called, and the nurse called me back. They didn't answer, the nurse line didn't answer. They called me back and they were like, we don't have the results. And I was like, oh. They said their computer system was down, so they weren't able to get the results. Ultimately, that blood test they had to send out to a different lab, and all the blood work coming from that lab that was coming in, they weren't able to access. So she's like, yeah, it's down, so we can't access this. Normally we would have the results back. And I was like, of course. You know, if it was just my basic, you know, first trimester blood work, my CBC, checking my iron, I wouldn't be anxious. But of course, the computer system goes down when I'm this anxious, and I'm like, oh great. So that was Wednesday afternoon, and then Thursday came and went and I didn't hear anything. Well, Thursday at 5 p.m. came and went and I didn't hear anything. And I was just like, if I have to go through a weekend without knowing, and it's just frustrating because I was supposed to know by this point. The results were in, it was just they weren't able to access it. It was like driving me crazy at this point. So then Thursday night at 6:30 p.m., which my OB closes at 5, my phone rings and it said my doctor's name. And I'm like, why are they calling me? And then I'm like, oh, well, they're probably calling me because I probably have an appointment. You know, they called to remind you that you have an appointment coming up. But then I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have an appointment coming up. So all this is going through my head as it's ringing. So I'm like, oh, I gotta answer it. So I answered it and the nurse got on there and she wanted to confirm some information before she gave me the results over the phone. But before she said that, she said, I have good news for you. So let me confirm, you know, your birth date. And so I confirmed my birth date and she just said the results came back negative. So they were not worried, no worries, nothing. So I felt deep down that things would likely be fine. But again, I explained this, going through infertility and miscarriage, it just makes you worry. And it's maybe unnecessary worry. Yeah, it is unnecessary worry, but I can't help it. That's just how I feel. And so it was just nice to get those results and feel good. Okay, let's talk baby names. I've had so many questions. You guys are asking about baby names, and I'm not even saying this to be that person because we're trying to hide our baby names. We literally have no idea at this point. Like, not at all. Like, people keep asking me and I don't even know what to say. We really don't have names. I am super, super, super picky. And Mike's even more picky than I am. Like, I've actually thrown out a lot of names to him and he's like, nope, nope, nope. So we literally have no idea at this point. And to be honest, with the holidays, I'm not concerned. But I told Mike, we will need, after the first of the year, I want a list. Sorry, you can hear Avery. I said, I want a list of names. So January 1st, he's gonna come up with a list of names. I'm gonna come up with a list of names. We're gonna talk about it. And I just wanna get like a short list. So I said, let's get a short list and then we'll sit on them. We don't need to decide what their names are gonna be tomorrow or on January 2nd. But I just want a short list of names and let's like, just let them settle in our head. You know, say it out loud, you know, think about it. So after the first of the year, we're gonna start talking baby names. Right now, we literally have no idea. And it's like, I've talked about baby names I like here on my channel before, but then when it actually becomes real and now I know they're both girls, I'm like, I don't know. So we really have no idea. Like I said, just not really concerned with the holidays and the busyness of the holidays. I mean, I'm only halfway, so we have plenty of time. Okay, so let's get into the questions that I answer every pregnancy update. Number 1, how far along am I? Weeks 17 and 18. I just turned 19 weeks, which is crazy because for me that is halfway, the halfway point, because half of that, or 38, I will only go to 38 weeks because I will be induced at 38 weeks if I have not had them yet. So 19 weeks would be the halfway mark, which is so crazy. So anyways, I'm talking about weeks 17 and 18. Their sizes, 17, it was a turnip, and 18, a sweet potato. Total weight gain has been 8 pounds. So finally I can see that my weight gain is slowly starting to kick up, which is so crazy to me because I told you my appetite is decreasing and I'm not eating as much as I was eating, but I'm gaining more weight now. And so it's like, it makes me feel good because I feel like my body is doing what it needs to do. As far as symptoms, I've talked about this, decreased appetite. I actually haven't been feeling super lazy, mainly at night, but that's gonna happen, I guess. And the dry spots, all of that. Cravings, salty foods, but honestly, nothing too crazy out of the normal. Like, I don't feel that I'm having pregnancy cravings. Like, if I'm having a crazy craving, it's just because it's a craving. I don't think it has anything to do with pregnancy. Still more salty than sweet, but I feel like a couple weeks ago it was like really bad salty, and the salty isn't that crazy, but I'm still loving the salt, I guess, more than the sweet. Aversions, nothing, which is so crazy to me because I told you when I was pregnant with Avery, I pretty much had aversions my whole pregnancy, but like I can eat totally normal. Nothing is turning me off or away. The movement has been very, very crazy, very good. mainly for baby A. I'm assuming it's always on this one side. That's it. But again, posterior placenta, can feel hurt all the time, and it's a lot. It's all day, so it's fun to actually be at this point. My sleep has been very good. It's been continue to be very good. I will say that I do notice I'm waking up more during the night, but I'm still able to easily go back to bed and then wake right back up. Or I'm sorry, I'm able to go, when I wake up, I'm easy to go right back to sleep, and I still feel pretty rested in the morning, so the sleep has been amazing. The highlight of the week is getting those test results and just being able to put my mind at ease. It just felt good to get negative results and feel really good. The low of the week, I would say nothing. I'm feeling really good. People keep asking me, how are you feeling? And I'm like, I'm feeling really good, really good. Just trying to soak this in, take it all in, and enjoy feeling good, because I know with each passing week, as my belly gets bigger, things are probably gonna start to go downhill. So I'm feeling really good, nothing low. I guess if I had to say something, my belly getting bigger and having to I can't move as easily, which I don't want to say that's a low, because that's a good thing, because that means the babies are growing, so it's just not easy to move. Do I miss anything? It's hard because I feel really good. I don't feel really any different, other than it is the holidays. And with the holidays comes, you know, a lot of parties and good food, which I've been indulging in the good food, but I don't get my drinks, my wine, or my mixed drinks, or whatever we're drinking, which we do, my husband and I enjoy, you know, especially around the holidays. So I guess I would say I'm missing that. It would be nice to have a good glass of wine or a beer or something, but you know what? It really doesn't bother me that much. So I guess I would say that. And then what am I looking forward to? The anatomy scan. So when you guys are seeing this, it should go up the day after Christmas, the 26th, and our anatomy scan is the 28th. So that's the day I turned 20 weeks, which is exciting. So I'm looking forward to that, because at Avery's anatomy scan, they found out she had a kidney issue, which ultimately led to her having surgery at a year old, which I talked about in my last pregnancy update. So I just, you know, you want a good anatomy scan. You want to see that everything is good. Also, they are sending me to maternal fetal medicine, a more higher risk doctor for the ultrasounds, because IVF, well, I've been told that IVF babies have a higher risk of heart defects. So, I mean, I'm not really worried about that. But either way, it just will be nice to get have everything look good at that appointment. It's just gonna be crazy because each ultrasound is an hour. So because I have 2 babies, the ultrasound will be 2 hours, which is crazy. And then we meet with the doctor. So it'll be a long appointment, but it'll be nice to have that over and hear everything looks good. So if you guys already aren't, go follow me on Instagram, Jamie A. Journey, because I will update you after the anatomy scan on there, so you don't have to wait, you know, another week or whatever to hear those results. So I think that's going to be it. Thank you as always for joining me on this crazy journey, and I can't believe we are here. Oh, I'm so grateful to be here. It just feels so good to be at this point. And we're turning the corner here, and I'm so ready for 2019.
Never up, never down, never. Like a theme in a song.